Donald Trump turns on Pam Bondi. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Maj Toure Show. I am your host, Maj Toure. Y'all know the routine. Come on in. Let me know what city you're watching from. Comment in the chat. Subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/@Maj Toure. And it's been a long time coming. It's been about a year and some change coming. I know there's a lot of people that are seemingly happy about Attorney General Pam Bondi being ghosted. However, guys, I have my suspicions. For those of you that are not aware, Attorney General Pam Bondi has been fired. And as it is with most political firings, we always ask the question as solutionary. As you guys know, as a solutionary, we are objective. Our questions are designed to ask to get answers, not to just hear a thing and make ourselves feel good. What's up, everybody? Tap in, support the channel. Give me the super chats. Give me your links. Give me your likes. Give me your reposts. I want to hear from y'all. We're gonna read a few things here about what is mentioned as it relates to her being fired. First, we got from NBC News: Trump fires Pam Bondi as Attorney General and has been increasingly frustrated with Bondi in recent days, sources told ABC News. Now, let me be very clear about this. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me get rid of this shit. Let me get rid of this. As y'all, I don't know if y'all can hear.
We are so proud to work at the director of Donald Trump. According to sources, the president vented his frustration to allies during a video confrontation with Bondi last week. That led to today's shakeup. He fired the Attorney General, Kirsten Pam, as he announced she is transitioning to a much-needed and important new job in the private sector.
Now, basically, this is saying, I don't know if y'all can hear this and everything. Basically, it's talking about, we love Pam Bondi. We getting rid of her. We look forward to her career in the private sector. And as this was talked about, a lot of people, and I want to be clear, y'all, some of the stuff when I'm giving y'all this perspective is to give y'all a different angle, but sometimes it could come off a little bit, what's the word? Pessimistic. Superweapon says America is living season 5 of The Wire. I love that. I don't know what's up with the audio here, but the audio's off. Nonetheless, guys, let me read this article instead of us watching the video. Let's read. Reading is good for us, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Washington. Attorney General Pam Bondi's leaving her position. She's not leaving her position. She's getting kicked out of her position. President Donald Trump announced Thursday amid reports that he was frustrated with her handling of some of his key priorities. This is what's always funny to me about Donald Trump. Donald Trump, for several times, and I want y'all to understand, I voted for Trump this go around. I'm a libertarian. I'm one of those libertarians that was foolish enough, as somebody said, earlier on, but they were very critical, as I was. But then it was like, Maj, you were one of the first ones that said, nah, this ain't the coalition that we thought we would get. And anybody that has paid attention to me in any way, shape, or form recognized when I went from, okay, I like this coalition, to I don't know about Pam Bondi, but I still like this coalition. Because let's all be very clear. She was horrible as an attorney general as it relates to that Second Amendment. My primary conversation is always going to be about the Second Amendment, because the Second Amendment is the amendment that defends the other amendments. All right? The right of the people to keep and bear arms, and the politicians that attempt to infringe upon it, is a clear red flag to me. I don't need the other red flags. I don't need a yellow flag. This ain't a fucking, I'm not driving a forklift. I don't need a caution flag. I'm trying to get to I care about red flags, I care about green lights, and I care about checkered flags. I'm going, that's the green light. I care about red flags, that's warnings, and I'm focused on ending the race and with a win. Okay? So when she's an anti-gun, I'm like, don't like her. But the rest of the coalition, the potential for Vivek Ramaswamy, who I was questioning, even some of the defected Democrats, they put together enough that in the beginning, 2024, there was enough going on that was like, man, this coalition is going to be dope. So I'm one of those libertarians that said, I'm going to rock with this coalition that was put together, this anti-war coalition. Let's be very clear about that. That's what that was. There were people that said, no, we can coalesce and converge and convene around certain issues, anti-war being one of them. So I was one of those libertarians that was like, okay, compared to, yeah, won't be happening again. But from the very soon as things started looking a little leery, I immediately was like, absolutely not. I'm getting ahead of this early because Thomas Massie is looking so perfect. The layup for Donald Trump looked so perfect that I was like, okay, maybe. Thomas Massie looks so good right now, and that's the homie. This has been such a bad situation that Thomas Massie running for president in 2028, which is my homie, I'm nervous of that because it looks so perfect again. It's not a diss. This administration has done that much of a 180 that I'm leery of a homie that is principled, that has actually came and spoke when I ran for office at one of my fundraisers. It's that bad, in my opinion. And Pam Bondi was the early origins of this could go left or go right in the wrong way. All right? So handling some of his priorities and the news report, he's frustrated with her in the last few days. This body that made a career off of know when to hire and when to fire. A big part of his brand was, you're fired. You're fired. And so if you went from being capable of doing that to now also being like, okay. Let's see. Dre, first one with the super chat, says, I think Dre's first. Notice he fired the women first, despite the men, Cash App and Paytel and Keg's Breath fucking up the most. I don't trust Donald Trump's ability in assessing talent at this point. This ain't the fucking Apprentice. This ain't The Apprentice. I do not trust Donald Trump's ability to assess, hire, and fire anymore at this fucking point. I gave him room in 2016 because he was a celebrity. He was a businessman, not knowing how deep the swamp was. I get it. 2020, the election cheat on. They stopped the whole global economy. Things was weird. I was like, oh, okay. Then the perfect storm of the third administration. Stay alive long enough to get your get back. They stole one. They got Biden in on you. That administration was absolute horseshit. It was so bad that yet again, they Allen Iverson me. They leaned me in this way, and then they hit me with the crossover when I committed. Which is why now I'm like, Massey the homie. But I'm scared. I'm traumatized. And that's legit. That's a legitimate perspective of mine. It is. Dre, I don't know if you meant to send that twice, but you did. Oh, there you go. Dre said this movie keeps getting better and better. Listen, y'all. If not for nothing else, the final season of America has been lit. It's all kinds of plot twists going on in this joint. Somebody earlier in the chat said this joint like season 5 of The Wire. If you guys don't know, that was season 5 was the final season of The Wire. Best television show ever. Best Republic ever. If you can keep it. Now we in a war that we shouldn't be in. You can't tell the difference between season 4 and season 5. Season 4, we was in a war that nobody wanted to be in. It's a lot going on. Weird. Drain the swamp. Not with Cash Patel making up magic bullets. Now, we're going to go into that tonight. But let me read a little bit more. We love Pam. See, this is how you know it's cap. And I'm going to tell y'all something, because I see a lot of y'all jumping out there celebrating that she gone. But before I jump to that, we love Pam, and she will be transitioning to a much-needed and important new job in the private sector, to be announced at a date in the near future, he said in the Truth Social post, adding that Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche would take over as the acting Attorney General. Blanche ain't no better. See, when you start to recognize how deep the roster of the bullshit is, you start to go, okay, what's that noise? You start to see you think that they're star players. When you start to see their stats and you go, oh, you're actually a bench warmer. A coach just believed in you, and you Jeremy Lin. Most of these people are Jeremy Lin. With the Knicks, with the Lakers, doesn't matter. They look one way. I hear a damn phone alarm. When you see that the person is a Jeremy Lin, meaning they come in, they get hot, Nate Robinson. And these guys can play, so I'm not trying to be rude, right? These guys can play, but they get Vinsanity. They get a little hot streak. And then they write in the start, and now they on the newspaper, and you think, oh, we got a new player here. Blanche is the same thing as Pam Bondi was. If you was looking at the stats, the person was good enough to get some attention, but they was just good enough to make it to the squad. They not all-stars. Pam Bondi isn't an all-star for limiting government. She was the swamp. In Florida, nonetheless. So when Trump brings her up, I immediately thought of something very early on. It's called the fall of the favorite. And that's what I believe this is. And I'm going to show y'all what that is in a quick second. All right? We love Pam, and she'll be transitioning to a much-needed and important new job in the private sector, to be announced at a date in the near future, he said in the Truth Social post, adding that Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche would take over as the acting Attorney General, another bench player. A senior administration official and a source familiar with the matter told NBC News that Bondi was fired. Trump has grown more and more frustrated with Bondi in recent days. A person familiar with the White House deliberations said, adding that while he likes her as a person, he doesn't think she has executed on his vision in the way he wants. I want to stop y'all right there for 1 second. Everybody in the White House is doing exactly what Donald Trump has said. The handling of the Epstein files, which Bondi was a massive fucking wet blanket on. A 1,000% wet blanket. That was 1,000% Trump's work. He's running this joint like Death Row Records at this point. And I don't say that as a diss, nor do I say it as in any sense of admiration, because it's not. He's doing things like the war in Iran. And I get it, the War Powers Resolution, I understand that exists. So it's not technically unlawful. It's a cute way to circumnavigate asking Congress for a situation. I think we need more limited government and checks and balances, not less. And the Trump administration is figuring out convenient ways. He said it. Well, you can't call it a war. You can't call it a war because, you got to have Congress. They didn't want to ask Congress to okay the war, but they went back to ask Congress for $200 billion for war. This is from the administration that campaigned as I'm the president of, that did not get us in any new wars from 2016 to 2020. And I was critical then and said, hey, yeah, he didn't get us in any new wars, but he didn't get us, the spending for the military industrial complex didn't stop. We were still, moving in Syria, moving in Yemen and all of those different things. That's not like me. It's not deep science is what I'm telling you. This is not something that you can't easily find out with 5 minutes of just looking on the internet. But in saying that, which lines it up for what looks like Trump could actually do some good on his third term, And it turns into this massive blunder. So this argument that she didn't execute on his vision, every single thing over there, you're running this joint like a monarchy. You're moving like King Joffrey out this bitch of Game of Thrones. Don't get gaslit into thinking that, oh, just now Pam Bondi is not executing the vision of Donald Trump. Everybody's doing exactly the 180. In if you either going to be a team player, even if the team is doing the exact opposite of what we said we was going to do, that's 1,000% him running the show. So when you have Pam Bondi getting fired, those of us that are smarter understand what it is. It's the fall of the favorite. It means losing popularity, approval, support, or high status, typically after a period of being trusted or preferred. It refers to a swift decline in standing, often driven by scandal, shifting trends, or political maneuvering. Key aspects of this concept include loss of prestige, a dramatic decrease in reputation or influence. Historical political context. Historically, royal favorites, trusted confidants, would fall from power due to envy, political pressure, or poor behavior. Common usage. Used when a person, item, or trend moves on from being popular to being overlooked or disliked. Examples: a celebrity falling out of public favor after a scandal, a product losing market share, or a trusted employee losing a leader's trust. That's what is happening right now with Pam Bondi, and it is manufactured. It is manufactured. It ain't a real like, oh yeah, she was just so bad, and so I had to fire her. Pam Bondi was horrible from the beginning. Pam Bondi thought it would be a good idea after saying the Epstein files are on my desk, we got boatloads of them, to handing them goofy ass binders out to Scott Pressler and DC Drano and all of that, and they made it look like a photo op. The potential of the stories of children being sexually assaulted, they made it look like a photo op. That was Pam Bondi's work. And then they said, phase 1. We've never heard of fucking phase 2. Actually, the current administration has went out of its way to block the actual full release of the Epstein files, because the 3 million files pages that you got is not the entire thing out of the 3 million. So this theory that all of the Epstein released, that's false. That's Pam Bondi's work. All of this anti-gun shit and this is Pam Bondi's work. So when you present somebody as the fall of the favorite politically, they are quite literally a scapegoat. Pam Bondi's a scapegoat. Want to hear what everybody thinks in the chat? Let's see what we got here. I'll read a couple of these joints real quick. Let's scroll up some. Let me see. Man, y'all got a lot of joints on this. He is the swamp. Let me y'all going in on this. Let me read these joints. Wild Selt says, yeah, but Massey has the history of actually being what Trump pretended to be. 100%. Let me be clear. I like Thomas Massey. I've been asking Thomas Massey to run for president since I ran for city council. And he was like, absolutely not. And I love that because at that time, it looks like this person is interested in just serving his district of the people of Kentucky, serving them in DC. And I love that. So I'm not mad at Massey. I'm just saying the level of political theater that happens, I start to evaluate everything, especially after this administration and the 180 that this administration has done. I look at everything through a more skeptical lens, even my homies. Yes, she was the Attorney General in Florida. Under Pam Bondi, if I'm not mistaken, you can't buy a rifle under the age of 21. I think the legal age, so-called legal age, went from 18 to 21 under Bondi's thing. It might have been before Bondi, but I'm pretty sure it was during Bondi's run. All right. Massey is actually better. I'm gonna keep it a buck, guys. If you want to support the actual show, support the content and all these other different things, I'm gonna put a few things on the screen that y'all can see and ways that y'all can support. Y'all guys can go over, and Witten should know it. And I'm glad somebody brought that up because I want to show y'all this real quick. Okay. We have a shirt on the site, blackgunsmatter.shop, where it's Massey's greater than Trump. I want y'all to be very clear. We were making a nice amount of money off of the Trump legend shirts and mugs. If y'all don't know, and I want to share this as a point of personal pride and a point of where you guys can support the channel, support the work and all of that other stuff that we do. Grab some merch, blackgunsmatter.shop. But I want to bring this up. It's now going into, depending on where you are in America, it's now going into warm time. So we do have this in a hoodie. The hoodies are 25% off. You can get this in a hoodie as well. If you see right here at the top of the screen, hoodies must go. You got 3 days, 2 hours, 36 minutes, whatever. That's the clock. In 3 days, you will no longer be able to get hoodies like this one right here, Hate Survivor. You won't be able to get these joints for 25% off. I recommend everybody go do your fall and Christmas shopping. Get them hoodies for 25% off now. That's what I recommend. But, oh, this is perfect. I didn't make that happen, guys. This popped up on the screen at the exact same time. Join our VIP list, all right? That VIP list is where you can get early sales and all that other good stuff. That's there. My point in saying all of this is this. This shirt right here is the Massey greater than Trump shirt. We made a decent amount of, we had a good impact with our Trump legend shirts. The one with him like this, and we put legend under it when he got shot a while back or shot at. I'm even questioning that now. We got a black dude going to the moon. Y'all motherfuckers ain't even get Earth right. And y'all trying to pretend like y'all going back to the moon. And y'all got the black astronaut to like appease the hood. Y'all doing everything but the fixing fucking America. Y'all going to a whole nother moon instead of that to not address these things. My point is he did the 180 and I'm questioning the moon landing. I'm questioning the shooting. I'm questioning everything. We made a solid impact with our Trump merch, with his mugshot and all of that. When he started to make the 180, I took all of that stuff down off of our website. I want to be very clear. Because, you get the term grifter here and there. Everybody uses the word grifter like leftists use white supremacy now. Anybody that makes money to somebody is a grifter. Anybody that has a standard or might be right of center to the left, they might be called, oh, you're a Nazi, literally a Nazi. So I want to bring this up because my principles, I'm not selling nothing or being involved in no shit that I don't really like, right? Especially after Donald Trump went after Thomas Massey and Rand Paul. So we have the shirt on the site because we like, I made a post, took all of that Trump merch off of it because this ain't about a gravy train. We can make money and make a good living promoting our principles and the things that we actually believe in. So I'm down with Massey. I just want to be clear that I don't want anybody to feel like I'm getting bamboozled again in these scenarios. Because Massey is better, in my opinion. All right? IR says he's treating America and his staff like an episode of The Apprentice. It's true. What happened to drain the swamp in America first? It's the moon landing first now. It's everything but America. He is the swamp. From the cabinet to his donors to letting Elon in to now Peter Thiel, Palantir, the surveillance state. Did y'all know that the White House app, if you got the White House app on your phone, you should get rid of this shit. The White House app tracks where you are and feeds it to a database every 7 to 18 seconds. Did y'all know that? D-Simp says the third Donald Trump administration is a Democrat candidates. Telling you. Debatable. Best show ever. The Wire or Game of Thrones is the best show ever. There's no, maybe The Office. And that's just because I'm a hopeless romantic. Okay? So, The Wire or Game of Thrones. Either way, the politics is a mixture between The Wire and the Game of Thrones. I say The Wire because people get shot and death. And very few people get their heads chopped off nowadays. I actually think we should bring public beheadings back. Certain people need to get their fucking head chopped off and be made of an example for everybody else. Like, hey, don't do this because you get your head chopped off. So that's like, but the Game of Thrones that we seeing right now, like with the fall of the favorite, with Bondi, it's the same shit. It's the same thing politically. But yes, The Wire is apt. The situation how Iran is handling the Strait of Hormuz right now is 1,000%. I made a meme about it. Marlowe taking over the co-op after he killed Prop Joe. It's 1,000% the same thing. When I said it, somebody on the show was like, Maj, that ain't like geopolitics. Yes, the fuck it is. It's just more death involved, more guns, and more money. That's what their God is. Guns, oil, and drugs. That's what it is. It's the best show ever. They replaced Pam with more entrenched deep state. Dark Lord says, we got to this point because the states who ratify amendments to the Constitution, not we the people. The states sold us in the American out with the 16th Amendment. I can somewhat agree with that. Okay. Super Weapon says The Wire is top 5, so is Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Billions. All right, so let me say this. I have never seen an episode of Breaking Bad. Everybody tells me I should. Before y'all jump in the chat, before y'all jump in the fucking chat, I didn't watch Game of Thrones until a few years ago. When shows are the hype and everybody's super excited about them, I fall back. Unless I caught it from the beginning when it was like still early. I'm a hipster in that regard. I'm a hipster. So when everybody was like Breaking Bad, you gotta watch it. When everybody was like Game of Thrones, you gotta watch it. I didn't watch Game of Thrones until years later and it was already in a box set. I was in South Carolina. I had just did an event and it was about to be a bad storm. And they said, it's not a tornado, but it's going to be rainy as shit. I was in a Walmart. I was in a parking lot. And I said, I'm going to batten down the hatches. I was in the back end of a Walmart. I went in and got groceries because I didn't have nowhere to be for like a week. I stayed in a Walmart parking lot for like 2 days. And I bought the box set because I got all the groceries. If you got an RV, Walmart generally is very RV friendly. They just ask that you park kind of like way in the back because they know you're going to come in and get your groceries. And that's what I did. And I got the box set of the what you call it? The Game of Thrones. And for 2 days, I was enthralled. I was like, after the first episode, spoiler alert for nobody that ever watched it. In the first episode, when I found out that Cersei and Jaime Lannister, brother and sister, was sleeping with each other, I was hooked. I was like, what is going on here? And then I'm not going to spoil it for people that didn't see it. As certain people kept getting murdered, I was just like, how is the show going to continue? They killed Main Man. He was the guy. And this is what life is like. This is what life is like. I thought this dude was going to come through and be the hero. I thought this guy was going to be the villain. And now I look at everything through that lens politically. This third term or third campaign, second term for Trump, everything in the script had written for Trump to be the hero, which played into what his ego was. I'm like, this is a layup. He fumbled a layup. Anybody not saying that is just not being honest. It's like maybe the Israeli government is a little bit corrupt and that lobby has their hooks in the American politicians. Anybody not saying that is just not being honest, right? It's the same as we not saying China, the Chinese lobby has a serious hold in American politics. Stop it. Every time I'm in DC and stop in Capitol Hill, I'm seeing politicians that y'all know literally sitting down and having lunch. A lot of them eat at the Capitol Grill. And they have a lot of the deals and, lower level guys, but still politically influential. I'm seeing Chinese lobbyists have sit downs with them. I'm not going to say whose name that I know have seen people that were in certain positions with certain organizations. And I like the guy. So I don't, you know what I mean? He's not there at that organization no more. But the Chinese lobby has a fucking involvement in it. They do. And so if you're not willing to just say that, you're just lying. D Simp says, can we get the Give Send Go link? Yes, you can. Okay. sidebar, I want to talk about that again tonight too. I'm gonna move forward real quick. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. Let me, because I want to be clear on what our position is on the fundraising. And y'all know that BGM and the free classes are over. The in-person free classes are over. But we'll talk about that tonight, all right? A little bit. There's been a lot of y'all, and I want to, actually, I'll say this and then we'll move back to the show, to the topic. There's been a lot of y'all that are like, I still want to get the classes at the $100 price point. I've seen a lot of y'all actually support yesterday and the day before. And we're going to keep a tally of all of the online free classes that if anybody needs one, somebody paid it for. We're going to do that still, right? But the free classes and the pushing the fundraising, that shit is done. But I got so many, I screenshotted them actually. I want to show y'all this real quick. Real quick, y'all. I have screenshots of so many people that are like, do not stop. Please don't stop. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I wanted this. Like Christina, y'all can't really see this because I'm, you know what I mean? All of these, let me shrink it. Y'all see all of that white on the screen? All of that is me screenshotting people saying, please, can you at least keep the fundraising up until you transition? Because I told y'all April the 13th, after our Know Your Rights class, sidebar, every single person in here should be over at Solutionary University. I'm going to pull it up. Solutionaryuniversity.org. April the 12th, we have a class with Jason Basler of the Free Thought Project. You guys can see that on the screen right now. Jason Basler of the Free Thought Project and Police to Police teaches this class. This class is literally by Jason Basler, all right? On April the 12th, everyone that is a limited seats because there's a limited amount of classes. Everyone that has access to this class gets that live Q&A with Jason on April the 12th. That's the only way to have this sit down. Jason created the Free Thought Project. Jason and his guys got the Free Thought Project to about 5 million followers or subscribers. 5 million. It's the biggest online freedom community ever. And their other work with Police to Police is a no-brainer for us to reach out to him. And he so graciously said, absolutely, I'll make a class for you. And this is that seminar. Saying this to say, April the 12th, between now and the 12th is when everybody's like, this is when the price is going up to $50. This class is $29, right? This class will be $50 then. So I got a lot of emails from some of you and DMs from some of you that saw me saying, hey, you won't be able to get the classes for $100. They're going up to $50. And some people were saying, well, can I still donate at the $100 level and at least get the classes? And I got a lot. I didn't anticipate this. And I screenshotted it because I was like, holy crap. Like some more of these ones in black. These are comments on Facebook and all of that. People saying essentially that. Along with please don't stop. I just didn't get a chance to fundraise. So I'll kind of mull it out with y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it. But everybody should be taking this class. You should have this lifetime access to this class because more so than just our civics and liberty class, this class is how you engage with law enforcement, knowing your rights and how to execute these things. So I just want to be very clear with everybody about that because somebody just asked, can I have the Give, Send, Go link? And there's a lot of you, more than I anticipated, that have asked this, all right? Super Weapons just said, I'm confused. If you're already in the Solutionary 9, is this class available for free for $20 or $50 on this April the 12th? That's a good question. Let me answer this real quick, and then we'll move on. If you're already in the Solutionary 9, meaning got access to, if you're a member of the Solutionary 9, you have access to all of our online classes already as a member. You just need to log into your account. So this picture, right, that you see on the screen, guys, this is the website. This is the Solutionary University website. If you bought a class, you have access to that class in your account for a lifetime. if you bought the Solutionary 9, not just one individual class, you have access to all of our 5 core classes, Know Your Rights being one of them. Okay? That's lifetime. If you remember, now, if you've donated, what I think everybody's trying to do now, or most people, they're trying to donate $100 so they can get access to all of the classes at Solutionary University. Having access to all of the classes does not mean you're a member of the Solutionary 9. Right? Yeah, people don't get it. Not saying that super weapons doesn't get it, saying that's not in relation to that. If you're in, I don't think that y'all really get when I said we're gonna make BGM a thing, and people didn't understand how ahead of its time it was. We were so ahead of our time with BGM that we shifted the face of Second Amendment community work. Got so many people involved in this, millions of new gun owners. I'm saying millions, safe and responsible people. We shifted the culture of what Second Amendment looks like. We made urban America get involved, and we helped overturn the unconstitutional gun carry laws in the state of New York. Very earlier, I had this vision. I showed y'all a few days ago some content that I said about what we were going to do from 2016. I said this. All right? I said this. And in the process, it did exactly what I said was going to happen. In my very first piece of content with the NRA blog, I was talking about Black Guns Matter and the solutionary lifestyle. I said this 10 years ago. Sometimes people catch up. I'm used to living in the future. Okay? If I feel like I'm thinking ahead, to a certain extent, I want to be clear. You should always live in the present. But I can go tap into the future and say, this is what the future is about to look like. And then we create that. My point is, it's the same thing with the Solutionary 9. Having a group of people help you be accountable for all of your stuff, right? Then giving you a bunch of classes that you can have access to and watch whenever you feel like it, and share with others and learn. And as new classes are added, as a member of the Solutionary 9, you get those new classes too. Then you get curated, tailored meal plans, workout routines, shooting drills, and you have direct access to me to do that in an intensive of 99 days to make you get better. Imagine that. And then you have that for $10 a day. You intensively get smarter. We give you a daily routine. And then we curate some of that routine to your specific goals. Then we get you better, smarter, right? Stronger, and a better shooter, along with all of this other information over 99 days. By summer, I can get you right. Anybody that's in the Solutionary 9 that thinks it's not worth it or thinks I'm bullshitting you, put it in the chat. This is public. This is all public. I know what I know. That's my strength. When I know some shit, I know some shit. And I know some shit so well that I not only can tell you what we're going to do, I can tell you how you're going to feel. I can tell you, hey, this going to happen in like 2 days. Then this going to happen. Then this going to happen. Because y'all are like basically getting 10 years of my experience condensed into a plan that is for you for over 99 days. Some of y'all knew summer was coming. And your big ass kept eating. And you kept grubbing and not working out. Cool. I'm here for you. Some of you went the whole winter and didn't do no dry practice. Some of you went the whole winter and didn't calculate your macros. Some of you haven't touched the gym the whole time, all while saying December the 31st, y'all was talking that new year, new me. I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to remind you, you might be the actual April Fool's joke. You might have April Fool's joked yourself. I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to remind you, and I'm going to tell you, get in the Solutionary 9. Now, the Solutionary 9, before we move forward, we might go long tonight, y'all. The Solutionary 9, you get access to all of the classes and all of the other stuff that I said in a 99-day intensive. You can literally message me, not a bot. And after we curate it, we get on the phone, we curate your thing, and we set up scheduled calls. This ain't just you give me $50,000 and you get 2 Zoom calls a month. Fuck that. You need to have practical fucking skills because my name, that's my work. Okay? You get all of that shit. If you just want the classes, that's what I think Super Weapons was asking earlier. If you just want the classes and don't want all of the extra shit, cool. Donate $100 because April the 13th, access to all of those classes is $250. I'm telling you, just donate $100 to pay it forward for others and get all of those core classes by itself for $100. No big deal. Okay? If you want the intensive, if you don't know what a bill drill is, if you don't know what a Mozambique drill is, right? You should join the Solutionary 9. If you don't have macros and a meal plan and a regiment, if you don't even know how to count your macros, if you don't even know what the fuck that word means, you definitely should be in the Solutionary 9. Because I could guarantee, I'd place money that you don't have a fucking routine. There is nobody that's in the chat right now that's like, yeah, I joined the Solutionary. Some people got in for $100. Some people, Terry got in for free. Because 2 years ago, I said, I'm going to make this thing because I saw the direction of where things were going. I said, I'm going to make this thing. Anybody that wants to get in on this thing now, you can get in now. Some people got in then. Then I said, hey, donors at the $100 level, January is going up to $1,000. And it's now $1,000. And I say $1,000, not letting y'all know that you got a payment plan. You can put down $500 and then do whatever the next 2 months. I'm telling you to look at it as $10 a day if you going an intensive. An intensive. You need an intensive. If you don't know how to tie a fucking tourniquet, you need an intensive. If you don't have a workout routine, you need all of that shit. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. Gone are the days. I'm the same person that 10 years ago said, we need urban America to be involved in the Second Amendment fight, and we can get millions and millions of people involved in the Second Amendment. I'm the same person that went into the future and said that and then made something in the present and then made it so. Okay? I'm saying this to say, right now, you need to have access to all of this information. I'm telling you, if you spent $10,000, $5,000, whatever amount of thousands of dollars for just a mindset training, they fucking got you. If they didn't teach you about any other things that you can practically use other than just your macros, they cheated you. I'm going to give you a bunch more of the value, intensive, annoying fucking coaching. I'm going to bother you. I hit some of y'all up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yo, stay on your shit. Don't be a piece of shit today. Hey, remember, man, you got to control your anger because da-da-da-da-da-da. You have literally a group chat of people that you could go in there and ask, not just that you could, because you can ask Chat GPT things. That's not my point. There are tricks of the trade. There are high-level shooters and instructors in that private group, in addition to having access to me. I'm just telling y'all what it is. I saw 2 years ago, we need to curate this. And it cannot just be Hustlers University, like fucking, what's his name? Andrew Tate, me just telling you stuff. Fuck that. Like, me telling you how to day trade, you don't need to give somebody $10,000 for just them to tell you, you should day trade and stick to the script and be really, really serious about it. Duh, motherfucker. Duh. I'm telling you, I want you to get in shape and manageable and executable, and actually you can see the outcome. Examples of how you got smarter, how you got stronger, and how you became a better shooter. And that's the baseline. So, to the people that are asking, can I donate at the $100 level to get access at least to the classes? Yes. To the person that wants the intensive 99-day work together thing, yes, that is $1,000. If you want that, I'm going to put that on the screen. Bookworm, if you can, put the link to the Solutionary 9 in the chat. This is what will come up on the screen for the Solutionary 9. Okay? This is the Solutionary 9. To Bookworm's point, the Solutionary 9 is the layup at this point. It is the layup at this point. If you think you're going to move forward in life and you're just going to, I'm good at shooting, you're not going to get in the shootout more than likely. I pray you never do. I pray that you have the skills too, if you're in. But the chances of you being in a shootout compared to the chances of you running across a car accident and pulling out your tourniquet and being a superhero, the chances are increased of that. Let me show you all this right here, right now. Here's my emergency first aid kit already staged. Here's my tourniquet. If somebody start bleeding out right now, I could save their life. If I hear a car accident outside, I run outside and I grab my tourniquet and I could do hero shit. If I hear people shooting outside, I'm not fucking going outside. If you don't watch your weight and are stupid because you don't read, your blood pressure's all fucked, and you eat gobbledygook worth of food every day, there's more of a practical application to the Solutionary 9 for your life. And that, I'm gonna be real with you, you're gonna fucking die fast. This isn't complicated. You need a fucking routine. You need a fucking blueprint. That's it. So I'm telling everybody again, take the next 3 months, dial in, get into the Solutionary 9. It is technically $10 a day. You will have access to me the entire time. We will come up with a plan for you to make you smarter, to make you stronger, and to make you a better shooter. And all of the things that encompass that. When I told people 2 years to get in for free, people lamed out. When I told people donate $100 to get in for this, they lamed. Some did. Ken took advantage. Some people lamed out. I said it's going to be $1,000 because I only want 999 solutionaries per year. Because I want to engage me, actual human, not bots and chat and fucking Claude, and don't want to do that. I don't. Then I said, in 2027, it's going to be probably $5,000 because I'm going to add more stuff to it. So I'm saying, get in now, get the fucking link. If we're looking around in society, how many people know how to fucking tie a tourniquet? Very few. You cannot be just one person. When it's $5,000, it's going to be food, it's going to be gardening, it's going to be Bitcoin, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. Right. Clarify that it has evolved since that and it's only going to grow. I'm going to add more and more people. Solutionary University and the Solutionary 9 is going to be the premier location for people that want to learn practical shit. Wait until I put the basics of carpentry on the website, the basics of plumbing, the basics of electrical. And then it's going to be $5,000. That's what's going to happen. If you can go to a website and learn how to the basics of carpentry, the basics of plumbing, the basics of gardening, the basics of saving life, the basics of knowing your rights, the basics of civics and liberty and firearms and understanding imminent threat and the basics of finance and the basics of real estate and the basics of da 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 da. And I told you, and I'm gonna get you in shape, and all of that building up of the equity in your life. Then I teach you how to like be extremely fucking lethal and capable. If I put all of that on the website and you have lifetime access to it, like Netflix for your life, I'm telling you that's what that's going into. And I am going to $5,000 next year. I said 2 years ago, get into this early, improve it, and it's gotten improved. That's why I can charge. We work the app now. Look at what Wild Selt said. I think I got in at the free level and completely forgot about it. Then I got in at the $100 level and was off to the races. This is something that me and my squad talk about all the time. When it was free, people be forgetting. I said $100. They was like, oh shit, I paid $100 for this. The people that paid $1,000 are the best students right now. They're like, shit, I need my $1,000 back. Okay? I'm telling y'all, nobody gets into the Solutionary 9 for less than $1,000 now. That's happening. I'm telling y'all, the same thing is happening with that is about to happen. The same thing to Solutionary University, just the classes. April the 13th, the classes are doubling in price. They're $25 to $29. The Stop the Bleed class is $50. So all of the classes are going to be $50. There's 5 core classes. I'm telling you, yes, until April the 13th, because too many people have asked. If you want access to that, donate at givesendgo.com/solutionary, $100 or more, and you'll get access to all of the classes. April the 13th, to get access to all of the classes, it's going to be $250. Yeah, super weapons. This is me and my people talk about all the time. People don't value what's free. They value what they've invested in. Yep. And I think that's backwards. But who am I to disagree with you guys as human psychology? Give me some free shit. Give me some free shit. Me personally, you give me some free shit, I'm going to be so appreciative. You give me a nugget of information. A nugget. That's an opportunity. That's how I view. That's how we turn people into solutionaries. Listen what Ken said. Ken said, I'm almost offended for you that people came after the deadline. So let me say it this way. I am a, bookworms say this about me all the time. I am I said this earlier. I am a hopeless romantic. That's why The Office is one of my favorite shows. I am a hopeless romantic. I love the story of Jim and Pam. I think Pam was fucking evil and was in the way of Jim's forward progression in life. But nonetheless, that's my own personal whatever the fuck. Okay? Let me say this. I have a love for humanity. I'm a super nice person. I am a giving person. Until I'm not. Okay? When it's time for me to be mean and fuck you up, I'm going to enjoy fucking you up. If I fucked you up, you 1,000% bought that. Like, I have the receipt. It's bought and paid for. Right? But in the meantime, I have such a passion for people. And I know I have the power to be a super villain. And I know what super villains do to the people. That I'm like the person that has this. I'm like Blade. I got all of the powers of the vampires, but I can like hang out in the daytime. That's me. Right? That's what solutionaries are. You become a superhero. You're a superhero. I can kill you. I can shoot somebody and then save their life. I can put a hole in them, then stop the bleed, send them on their way, and just give them a lesson. Right? I have the power of life and death. I have the power of infinite intelligence, and I'm tapped into the supreme and divine and all of that. We meditate in the Solutionary 9. We do all of these things. My point is this. I know that super villains exist, and I have the power to be a super villain, so I try to like defend against the people against super villains, right? So I always find myself doing stuff and giving for free. I'm telling you that shit is done. It's fucking done. Will I always give room to Ken's point? Ken said, I'm almost offended for you that people came after the deadline. All right? It is, I'm used to it because I know how so many humans procrastinate. That's why the villains take advantage of you. That's why they take advantage of you. Okay? So I tend to leave things open. And to my point, when y'all see all of these screenshots, I'm going to do some content on it tonight or tomorrow. When y'all see all of these screenshots of people saying, damn, Maj, I wish I would have. I have a soft spot for those people. So I say, all right, cool. So what I'm going to do is, yes, I ain't going to promote it because everybody should be watching the show. If you want access to all of the classes, right? Donate. That's the classes. That's not the Solutionary 9. That's not the Solutionary 9. I'm not going back on that. If you want to invest in yourself, right? Get in the Solutionary 9. That's $1,000. That's $10 a day. The mocha frappa lapa lapa chapa lapa lapa that you pay for, $7 a day, $8 a day. Cut that shit out because that's like 800 calories and a gang of sugar. Cut that shit out and put that towards that to the Solutionary 9. Then here's the sweet part. After you go through the Solutionary 9 and improve in those 99 days, in a little bit, you're going to be able to sell the Solutionary 9 and take 50% of the commission. You can't do it until you went through it, though. I'm not just giving it available for people to sell it. I could make a lot more money that way. I do not care about that. I care about the people that went through it that can articulate why it's important, being force multipliers, and then you making money off of it. That's what I care about. Because I'm actually not a supervillain. I'm actually a good guy. I'm Blade, the Daywalker. Okay? So when people show up late, I'm used to it and I create something for them. Like April the 13th, the classes will be $50. All of them will be $250. You got a few more days, 10 days to donate. I'm not promoting the donating. We're not doing the free in-person classes no more. That's done. But that's a way that everybody in the meantime, in between time, can get access if you want it. If you want it. If you want it. Most people will not be it. Shout outs to IR6895, just became a new channel member to the YouTube. That's another thing. If you just want different content and motivational, inspirational content, you can subscribe at youtube.com/Maj2Ray. $2 a month, $3 a month, something like that. You can subscribe, be a subscriber on X to my X page for that motivational content. We got a free newsletter. You can join the newsletter. I'm always going to create something for everybody. Everybody, all of the stuff that I'm talking about, the links to all of that are in the description box. We got $2 options. We got free newsletter options. We got $100 options. We got $1,000 option. Each one has more value. And each one of these, starting in April, other than the $2 and whatever, right? Each one of these are going to go up in price. The Solutionary 9 is going to be $5,000 in 2027. And then somebody will be like, damn, Maj, I ain't know it was going to be that much. Anyway, it will be. All right? I think Propaganda by Edward Bernays is in our book list. For those of you that are not aware, we have all of this year's books already queued up. Last month's book was Way of the Superior Man. I'm not telling you. If one of the other solutionaries want to tell you what April's book is, they'll tell you. I'm not telling you. Join the Solutionary now. We got a book for every month that will make you better. I have people reading The Way of the Superior Man, especially men that are like, hell yeah, I needed this. That's what it is. So anyway, that's that. Went on a bit of a tangent, y'all. Let's get back. I'll go a little bit. If y'all cool with it, I'll go a little bit longer, but I won't keep y'all too long tonight. All right. So Solutionary University, everybody, it's a layup. If you don't, that's the fuck on you. Like, I'm sorry. Like I did I did. I'm a hero. I love doing real live hero shit. I love being an instructor and an educator, but I also like international travel. I also like really, really fucking good food. This summer, I'm team loafers with no socks and slacks. Y'all only usually see me in fucking hoodies and t-shirts, and I love our BGM merch. Don't get me twisted. But y'all don't know about my skill level of color coordination and getting dressed and shit. I love getting my hair washed and done, and I love massages and motherfucking mimosas sitting by an ocean. So I'm going to put a lot of energy into our merch and a lot of energy. The merch alone, we should be doing $3 million a year. You know what I'm saying? Like Ken said, I'm not telling you either. Join up. I'm telling y'all. Hey, Ken, tell him honestly. Answer this question, Ken. Is our 2026 book list fire or not? I got so much heat in each month's group book. For those of you that aren't aware, every month there's a group book and you got individual book that you choose. It cannot be a fucking novel. All right? If you don't know what the Solutionary 9 is, those 9 things, you can learn that for free. It's my pinned post on X. It's literally a video of me working out and shooting and all that other shit, right? And it's this 9 daily activities that everybody could just go on X right now and look and do those things for free. You don't need to be a part of my group to do it. If you want to get your chops and practice and do that, the list of what the Solutionary 9 is right there. But what we do have is a book list. Month we got group reading. You read 18 pages a day, 9 pages minimum of the group book, and 9 pages minimum of whatever book you choose, but it can't be no fucking novel. It's a fire fucking book list. That's what Ken just said. Phenomenal. The book list alone will save and recourse and transform your motherfucking life. The Way of the Superior Man was March's book. One of the best books you'll ever read. Most people never even heard of it. If you a dude that's struggling with lust and struggling with emotional regulation and control and struggling with a certain level of discipline, that book alone is fucking powerful. That was our book for the month of March. When you buy into mindset, coaching, I used to hate those words. I hated them because I saw like, y'all capping. And some of this shit is true. But what I want to make sure, do I think that mindset and discipline and right, it's not just for men. It's not. The Way of the Superior Man is not just for men. And it's a great book list. When the mindset and the mentality stuff is important, it's very important. Don't get me wrong. But that has to be in conjunction with somebody giving you something practical that you can get better at. You have to be able to set, meet, and exceed goals, which means you have to, any type of packaging or group needs to make sure that you are, these have to be quantifiable. Just saying like giving $10,000 to Andrew Tate and be like, yeah, man, fucking bruv, you need to get a Bugatti. That's nothing. Andrew Tate is not teaching you how to be a better shooter. Have y'all seen Andrew Tate on the fucking range? Technically, he's not wrong, but he doesn't look like a fucking, he looks gay. He looks very soft and feminine as he shoots. This theory of like, you got to down women in order to step up as a man, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. We don't teach that as solutionaries. Solutionaries are what the red pill initially was, with more shit to it before it got co-opted and turned it into this like, we hate women shit, this gay women bashing shit. That's not what we on. We got a shirt that says end the war on femininity. Okay? Saying this to say, if their thing does not give you practical lessons and pull from other people, there are other instructors at Solutionary University. Fucking Jason Basler made the Free Thought Project. That is who is teaching that class. Our Stop the Bleed instructor is Jabril Blackwell of Blackwell Training Group. That's who teaches in a very practical way the Stop the Bleed class. There are other instructors that are very good at their skill set, and we make available to you along with the drive and the passion and the worldview of Maj to add to your thing. And it's $1,000 for 3 months that you have access to all of the things for the rest of your life. And in 2027, it's going to be $5,000. I have no problem pricing something for what I know the value that you get. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. But what I'm not going to do, the reason why the Solutionary 9 was free 2 years ago is because I was working on it. And after a while, I'll go, yep, this is worth $1,000. Just like I'm saying, yep, all of these 5 classes are worth $250. You can get it for $150. And this theory of like the grifter, or you're just selling, if somebody doesn't sell you something that you can quantifiably show that you're getting improvement in, then okay, I will call it a grift. That's why I'm skeptical of just mindset training. Okay? But mindset training is important along with practical skills. Teaching somebody how to stop a bleed is worth $100. I'm aware of this. I'm just kind of like the forever loving, like hopeless romantic for humanity. I know that the average Stop the Bleed class costs between $100 and $200. The one class. I know that. Motherfuckers ain't tricking me. I just want people to get value. I do not want to so-called price gouge you. But after a while, I'm also going to match it at the free, like the market, fair market value. And right now, access to me for 99 days, not a bot, not an assistant, is thoroughly underpriced. And I'm aware of that. Because as I add more and it gets way better, just like there's people in the chat going, yeah, I got in when it was free and was bullshit. And then I got better at the 100. I'm like, holy shit. There's people in the chat that paid $1,000. That they're like, I'm getting every bit of this. And those people will probably tell people after they finish, they'll go, yo, you better get in this shit now. That shit gonna be $5,000 next year. And it is. I'm not, every single thing that I said about pricing, the value and it's going up was 1,000% true. Ages 23 says, I've been lunching. I got to get up to speed. I took my kids to 2 of your classes. I'm going to donate $100 ASAP. I'm with you. Everybody do it. The $100 thing is me being a fucking bleeding heart liberal again, right? Me being a liberal. Oh. Not to you directly, Ages. However, you guys have until Jason Basiler's class, because I didn't want people that, you know, got caught up in the swing of things. To get access to Jason's live Q&A, you got to be a member, all right? And I didn't want people to get closed out of that. So when people started emailing and DMing me, Maj, just keep that part open, please. All right, cool. Just donate. Just donate $100. You can donate $100 now and get access to all of that stuff I said, the classes. Or you can wait and have to spend $250. And one thing that has also been consistent, I've never went down in price. I'm not going to go down in price. It's not happening. I went up in price after a long time, after giving away a bunch of classes for 10 years to practice and make sure that this shit is perfect. There is nobody that is going to take any of my classes or be in the Solutionary 9. I'm so confident in this shit. If you don't get better after you do everything that I tell you to do, we sit down, you get in the Solutionary 9, we sit down, we come up with your more custom thing. If you do exactly what I tell you to do every day, and you don't get better in 99 days, I'm going to give you your fucking money back. Because it's impossible. That's like when people say, I'm eating at a caloric deficit, and I didn't lose weight. You're a fucking liar. You're a fucking liar. I didn't eat food last week. For 7 days, I ate no food. I immediately started losing my fucking, love handles. Now I got the D'Angelo V-taper. This summer, I'm going to be like Ravish and fucking Rick Rude. Just no shirt on, just abs. Just fucking abs. And hoochie daddy shorts. abs and calves. I'm gonna just be ravishing Rick Rude. I might just walk down the street this summer like this. I might just walk down the street with my hand on my head, with no shirt on, with my shoulders out, glistening, with hoochie daddy shorts. I might walk to Dunkin' Donuts the whole way, just like this, the whole time. I might just do that. I might just do that the entire time. Terry says, please no. I might just do it because I fasted. I saw what happened. I took 7 days and didn't eat food. And in that amount of time, I saw a difference, right? Skies out, thighs out. This is happening. This is happening. Quadzilla. We're trying to go in that direction. We're dressing for the job we want. Okay? So when somebody says I was eating at a caloric deficit, Maj, you were trying to lose weight. I help people lose 100 pounds. I have helped people lose 100 pounds. Miss Ann, I helped her lose weight in a month and some change, 10, 15 pounds. Her goal was like 20, 25. I know what I'm doing. So if you do what we sit down and come up with, and we do that, it's going to be difficult because you're used to no discipline. If you do that, okay, cool. You'll get better. Yeah, autophagy is a real thing. For those of you that don't know, autophagy, and when you start, like, your body starts to eat the fat for energy as opposed to glucose. I don't talk as technical of the fucking nerd as I am, but when autophagy kicks in and resetting your liver and drinking water with Celtic or pink Himalayan salt in it and flushing, I can tell you what's going to happen. So when somebody's like, oh, I didn't lose the weight, you a motherfucking lie. You were sneaking. Or somebody gave you bad math and your macros was off. That's the basis. And then your mind is clear. Then you got study. Then you got meditation. Some people call it prayer. Okay? Then you got family time. Then you got dry practice. Then you got going to the gym. I got the solutionaries in the gym 5 days a motherfucking week. I got solutionaries waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, getting their life dialed the fuck in. We are making fucking soldiers. That's what we're making. All of this, bro. Anyway, guys, let me get back to this. All right, y'all got me on a fucking rant. Anyway, let's go back to this. We're gonna go for. Are y'all cool with me going for another 15 minutes? Let me know in the chat. If not, we could wrap up. Right? Look at what Ken said. I decided to get back in the gym. Love that only 5 other people are in there at 3 a.m. I'm telling y'all, it's a whole nother world when you wake up early. It's like peaceful and fucking quiet, and there's no traffic on the roads. I am in the gym and out of the gym before most people wake the fuck up. That's what it is. All right, let's read a little bit more, y'all. We're going to go for 15 minutes. Trump and Bondi spoke Wednesday, and he informed her that her time as an attorney general was coming to an end, according to an administration official. But changing the Justice Department's leadership doesn't guarantee the president the outcome he seeks, as courts have so far largely blocked the administration's efforts to go after his enemies, and Congress successfully sought and won the release of the DOJ's files related to Jeffrey Epstein. Bondi said on X that she will be moving to an important private sector role I'm thrilled about and where I will continue fighting for President Trump and this administration. This is how you know the game is rigged. This is the fall of the favorite, and this person comes from the public sector into the private sector to do the bidding of the. This is literally how we're watching potential insider trading. I'm not mad at insider trading. If you got information and you want to use it to your benefit, I'm not mad at it. I'm just telling you that they say that this ain't what we're supposed to do. If she's saying, he just fired me, but I'm going to go over here and do in the in the private sector and give the information that makes it cool for everybody to benefit off of what the inside information is. Like, it's insider trading. Hey, I was the president's guy in the public sphere. I was his AG, legally. I'm getting fired. I'm going over here. She just said it. I'm moving to an important private sector role I am thrilled about and where I will continue fighting for President Trump and this administration. If you don't work for that administration, what in the private sector, what the fuck in communism and socialism is going on? You're going into the private sector to fight for the presidency. Why? This is all cat. I remain eternally grateful for the trust that President Trump placed in me to make America safe again, she added. Blanche, who was formerly one of Trump's personal lawyers, also thanked him on X. Do y'all understand how this game go? You have a worldview. I have a worldview. My worldview is solutionaries or nothing. If you're not a solutionary, I don't give a fuck about you. I don't. What do I mean by that? Do I have a love for humanity? Absolutely. But in order to, period. Saying that to say, in order to defend humanity, we need more solutionaries. So everything that I'm doing got to be solutionary oriented. Okay? If it's not solutionary based, I will bend over backwards and be getting messages from solutionaries at whatever time of night. Right? And setting up calls and communicating and helping them on their goals. Because that person has chosen to invest in themselves, and that person is choosing to make their environment and themselves and their community and their city and their state and country better. If it's not that, I don't give a fuck. I have a worldview. You have a worldview. These guys have worldview. They use their resources to strengthen and expand on that worldview. That's the definition of politics. The securing, maintenance, and expansion of your interests. That's what politics actually is. Securing, maintaining, and expanding your interests. He pulled Pam Bondi from Florida. He did not give a fuck about the Second Amendment community that said, this bitch is anti-gun. He didn't give a fuck. He put her in the position. He had her doing the shit and blocking the shit that he wanted done and blocked. He now is firing her. She's thanking him and saying, I'm going to go work for him over here now. That is quite literally in real time you watching how the game is played. Which is why when I say to y'all, I want y'all to go through the Solutionary 9 so you can get paid off of it too. So my people that went through my thing, they fed us, we feed them, they make more solutionaries. That's the name of the game. These people just play fast and loose with your constitutionally protected rights as bargaining chips. That's where they lose me. Not that they doing, that's my man. I'm going to send him over there. He going to get that money and we going to get that money. I ain't mad at that. When I say the streets and geopolitics is the same shit, I'm not saying it to sound cool. It sounds cool because the shit is cool. When I say motherfucking Iran is controlling the Strait of Hormuz, give me $2 million. Or some of you can't give me $2 million because I don't fuck with you. I'm going to get $2 million off of all of them. And you try to get through this corner without me fucking giving me the $2 million, I'm going to blow your shit off the fucking Earth's axis. Tell me that's not street shit. It is. So Blanche, who was formerly one of Trump's personal lawyers, also thanked him on X. Pam Bondi led this department with strength and conviction, and I'm grateful for her leadership and friendship, she said. Thank you to President Trump for the trust and the opportunity to serve as acting Attorney General. We will continue back in the blue, enforcing law and doing everything in our power to keep America safe. Safety, I want y'all to be understanding of words that's being used. Safety and freedom don't always go hand in hand. Just so y'all know that. Trump had chosen Bondi. Bondi is the second cabinet member to be axed by the president. Kristi Noem was fired last month as Homeland Security Secretary in a dissent that mirrored Bondi's. NBC's news report reported that Trump grew increasingly frustrated with Noem, but that her performance at 2 congressional hearings is what finally cost her the job. These people are followers of the favorite, guys. Y'all got to see beyond the veneer and the veil. Kristi Noem's husband came out with titties last week. It's all a shit show. But these are people that he picked. So this like, you're fired, you're hired. This ain't The Apprentice. I don't trust his judgment as it relates to you're really good at a judge of character. I more so lean to you pick the people that'll be loyal to you to do the bidding of the things that you want, because that's what the definition of politics is. These people are utilizing the executive branch for their own interests, and be clear on what that is. Don't get hype or too angry or too happy about none of this shit. That's what's happening. Trump had chosen Bondi, a longtime loyalist, to lead the Justice Department after embattled Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz withdrew as a nominee. Which I have some questions about that. Did y'all see the video of that dude walking up to Matt Gaetz and handing him something, sitting down talking to him? Matt Gaetz looked like he had the fear of God put in him. And then he fucking withdrew from his nomination. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? I do. Ramaswamy did the same thing. I'm just telling y'all what it is out here, which is why we got to have our net of solutionaries. Bondi has long ties to Trump. During the 2016 Republican National Convention, she joined in lock her up chants aimed at former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. And she was then part of Trump's defense team during his first impeachment trial. After Trump lost the 2020 election, she was involved in efforts to overturn the results, falsely claiming that he had won Pennsylvania. I think he did win Pennsylvania. I'm going to just keep it above you. He put his people on, and he protected his people. That means his worldview. That does not mean limited government conservative values. That's all. I'm saying that's where we are at odds. I'm not mad at somebody putting his people on. Every single solutionary that gets through this 99 days, every single one of them, you're going to have a link to get money off the same thing that you just learned from. I want to put my people on. But let's be clear. Trump ain't locked Hillary Clinton the fuck up. He never was. This is where the duopoly get real goofy. And you even goofier if you think it ain't cat. Blanche, a former federal prosecutor, also has deep ties to Trump. He was the lead defense attorney when Trump stood trial in 2024 on charges of falsifying business records related to a hush money payment made to the adult film actress Stormy Daniels. The 7-week trial ended with Trump convicted on all 34 counts, but spared from any penalty. He also represented Trump in 2 federal cases. Trump and Lee Zeldin, administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency, have spoken about the Attorney General job, according to Republican source close to Zeldin, who said Zeldin was definitely interested. Listen, y'all. I want y'all to not fall for the dumb shit. I want you to not fall for stories like this. And maybe it's true. I don't think so. Pam Bondi was fired in part because President Trump believed she had tipped off Eric Swalwell, according to the Daily Mail. I take the Daily Mail with a grain of fucking salt, as you all should. Media, most effective devil in America. Trump reportedly believes Bondi had tipped off Swalwell about the FBI's effort to share investigative documents about his relationship with an alleged Chinese spy. The FBI was preparing a cache of documents on Swalwell's relationship with Christine Fang, the Daily Mail reports. Quote, she's intervening in those matters. The White House wasn't pleased she was intervening due to her personal friendship with Swalwell, a source told the Daily Mail. Listen, after all of this shit and not doing what they said they was going to do for right now, all of that's political theater. Are we going, the FBI's putting together a file on his relationship with the Chinese chick. We all know Fang Fang was a goddamn Chinese spy. We've been through this. We all knew when Trump said in 2015, when Hillary, it's a good thing that Donald Trump isn't, someone with the mindset of Donald Trump isn't in charge. Because you'd be in jail. And the crowd went wild. Y'all remember that? He ain't arrest Hillary. You've been president twice, motherfucker. You said all of this shit about Obama. Obama spied on you in 2015 when you initially ran. But then at the funeral, you and Obama sitting right next to each other, yucking it the fuck up. I am never, if I was the president, I would never do a peaceful transfer of power with somebody that I genuinely just said, I believe that they trying to destroy America. I'm not sitting next to you, pussy. Fuck out of here. That's me. But that's my worldview. Maybe that's why I won't be elected to be the president in 30 years. Or maybe I've already been selected by the Illuminati. You never know. You never know. I think stories like this is bullshit, though. I legitimately do. I think that it is a weird way of trying to make you believe that they was really chasing after the thing. They could pretend like they was chasing after the thing and slow walk it for 2 years because they only got 4 years to be in, and they got to put their people on and put them in position now before they go back into the private spectrum. Doesn't really matter to me. This is all political theater, and she'll be replaced by another Rothschild agent who will be a puppet for whatever the wealthy donors want. There is only one way out of this corrupt system, and it won't be via peaceful protesting, voting, and political analysis. I tend to agree with that. I tend to agree with that perspective. But what did she say about it? Over the next month, I'll be working tirelessly to transition the office of Attorney General to the amazing Todd Blanche before moving on to an important private sector role I'm thrilled about, where I will continue fighting for the President Trump and his administration. Leading President Trump's historic and highly successful efforts to make America safer and more secure. They keep saying that word. Safe and secure. Has been the honor of a lifetime and easily the most consequential first year of the Department of Justice in American history. They do a very great job of speaking in the affirmative. They do a great job of this. They say things for the reality that they want they practice in magic. They use words as spells, and they say shit like, yeah, this is very historic. Very such and such. They cast it in a very favorable light. You didn't get any Epstein files released. You fought against it. The Pam Bondi's DOJ is very anti-gun. The current ATF, even though the ruling has been, hey, the pistol brace shit is out, the ATF is still attempting to arrest people for the pistol brace bullshit. This has not been a historic in a good way fucking first year. It has not been. It has not been a good first year of a fucking administration. Gas prices are up. Spending is up. We're in another war. But they're going to try to shape the world through their narrative and their lens. Just got to understand that and be honest about it, call a bullshit, and shape your world. You are solutionary. Shape your world in that regard. Since February of 2025, we have secured the lowest murder rate in 125 years, secured first ever terrorism convictions against members of Antifa, shattered domestic and transnational gangs across the country, taken custody of more than 90 key cartel figures, and won 24 favorable rulings at the Supreme Court. I remain eternally grateful for the trust that President Trump placed in me to make America safe again. Now it's make America safe again. It started as make America great again. Then it was keep America great. Now it's lock America down. This is why we got the Palantir and the surveillance state and the panopticon that they're trying to create around you. Be smart, y'all. Be smart. Pay attention. Pay attention to what's happening. All she had to do was manage to cover up and keep the donors protected. Then she went all cavalier and passed out the binders. That kind of unprofessionalism cannot stand in the Trump administration. This was all show. You go from, I got all of this shit on my desk, to this motherfucker saying, I looked at the files, it ain't nothing in them, to I got the binders and we gave them to the influencers. Big cat. Big cat. Now, what are the people saying about this? The people are like, bye, bitch. Get out of here. We don't like you. And they right. But I caution everybody. My guy, Puerto Rican Pistolero, says she was an anti-2A in Florida, so she shouldn't have been the AG in the first place. Every Second Amendment person said that from the gate, and we was called panicans. Or whatever we was called. We all said that. She shouldn't have been a dude she shouldn't have been a person. Now here's where it gets crazy. I want y'all to be clear that this is Big Cat. And I don't want you to get too excited and happy. Because some people, this is my homegirl agent, And I know this is just Twitter. And they like, look at God. And it almost looks like it's a celebration, like you won something. It almost looks like it's like, yeah, we got her out of there. No, you didn't. The next person's gonna, it's musical chairs. It's musical chairs. It's designed to make you think like, yeah, we got a victory here. No, you don't. No, you don't. You still don't have the Epstein list. You still, even if you saw it, what the fuck is the point of seeing it if there's no, I mean, we're not even talking about it. This administration said it's not that big of a deal, after saying it's the biggest deal in the last 60 years. The game is to make you think that you won. The game is to play to certain shit. The game is to get rid of all of the people that I came in with because we want the remnants of the thing that we said we was going to be. We don't even look like we ever said that. We don't even want to look like we ever said it. So everybody can call out and be consistent and say, this person didn't do the job. This person didn't do the job. I now get to cut them off in the fall of the favorite. They're going to give me favorable mention. They're going to go into the private sector. They got a relationship with me as the billionaire. I got a relationship with them. They're going to hook me up in the private sector. This is musical chairs. So when this says political theater, I want you to understand that that's what that's really about. Breaking. Possibility President Trump fires FBI Director Kash Patel soon. Per former FBI agent Kyle Seraphin. I know Kyle. Me and Kyle follow each other. This is Kyle's page, actually. I'm going to pull it up on the screen. Well, you can't see that we follow each other on here. But this is Kyle's page. Okay? Kyle was an FBI agent for a long time. Okay? Kyle says they're going to get rid of Kash. And then people go, because breaking reports had broke this report about the potential for Bondi. That was like a couple of days ago getting axed, which means somebody in the administration leaked it to the media. And then the media says it, and then they follow up, and then Pam Bondi says good things, and it looked like it's an amicable split. It's the fall of the favorite, because we want to transition this person into another position. I got my worldview. I got the money. I got the power. I got the respect. I need to position people on the chessboard because in a year and a half to 2 years, I'm out of this position. I got to already, when they was over there, I snatched them over here. When I'm about to be from over here and be back over there, beforehand, I'll put them over there. Kash Patel has done nothing. Kash Patel is the exact opposite of the dude that was on fucking Sean Ryan's show when he was campaigning for the job. Just in, White House holding active discussions about others leaving the administration, including FBI Director Kash Patel, Army Secretary Daniel Driscoll, and Labor Secretary Lori Chavez de Raymer. That's from The Atlantic. All of this is political theater. President Trump is mulling firing Tulsi Gabbard. Everybody that was initially a part of the coalition that people like myself and some of you signed on for because it was a fucking layup. And you think it's going to be a win. You think it's going to be a win because it's designed to make you think that. It's designed to make you think, yeah, this is absolutely a win. And I'm going to wrap up with this video here, guys. Y'all remember this? I don't know if y'all remember this. Y'all may. This is a movie called The Devil's Advocate. Okay? And in the movie, y'all seen the movie. One of the movies of all. Huge shouts to Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino in this. In the movie, at this section of the movie, Let me close out and try to get back in here. Because y'all probably won't be able to hear this. Can y'all hear this? Let me know if y'all can hear this. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. All right, I'm going to pause it real quick because this is very important. I'm going to pause it and run it back, y'all. Why am I saying this? Why do I think that this is important? This shit is important because your vanity is at stake here. Your vanity is 1,000% at stake. I'm going to play it again. And then we're going to wrap up. Now, let me play it again and see if it's some sound right quick.
One, pal. This is the one you
There
dream
is no story.
Bullshit! A lawyer with a crisis of conscience? You gotta be kidding. It's huge.
They're gonna disbar me, Larry.
Let me know if y'all heard that. This is a scene at the end of the movie. Sound is good. Okay, I wanted to make sure. I'm going to run this back. For those of you, most of y'all probably saw it. He goes through this moment of catharsis because everything has happened to him and he wakes up back in the fucking beginning of the movie because he saw something through the devil and all this experience that he thought he just had like a moment of breakout. And then he decided to say, I can't take this case, which was the right thing to do initially. I won't break it all the way down for you. And then he wound up killing himself in the movie, not in this part. And that's how he woke up because he defied the devil and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And this everything that he did up until that point before he woke back up in that same moment in the bathroom and started the movie, he knew he should have not taken on that client because that client was actually a fucking sexual, like a deviant. So we fast forward to this. And I'm going to play this. And this is what we're all falling victim to right here.
This is the one, pal. This is the one you dream
There
about.
is no story.
Bullshit! A lawyer with a crisis of conscience? You gotta be kidding. It's huge.
They're gonna disbar me, Larry. Right about that.
Wait a second. Can they do that?
Not when I get through with the story. We gotta talk, Kevin. You gotta give me an exclusive. This is wire service. This is 60 minutes. This is a story that needs to be told. It's you. You're a star.
Call me in the morning.
You got it. First thing.
Bye, Larry.
Vanity. Definitely my favorite sin.
Vanity. Definitely my favorite sin. Your vanity is making you think we got to win. We got Bondi out of there. No, you didn't. Your vanity is making you think we are further along in this freedom fight than we are. No, you're not. Not with this administration. My vanity would not allow me to say, I would not allow my vanity to not say, I got tricked because everything looked right. Everything looked right with this third administration. With this second administration, but the third, you know what I mean? Run. Everything was lined up. Everything, Kash Patel, Vivek Ramaswamy, RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, all of these people. All of this looked like absolutely. When I recognized that that's not what it was, I didn't let my vanity say, well, let me just be quiet. Let me stay on the Trump train and keep making money off the merch. Let me keep doing X, Y. No. This is wrong. This ain't what I voted for. Some of you are saying, yeah, I voted for another war because Iran is evil. Iran wasn't fucking with us. Stop it. Stop the bullshit. Well, they killed a bunch of Americans. Do you understand how many fucking Americans American government has fucking killed? By that definition, that means we technically could be terrorists. Don't allow your fucking vanity in this moment again Pam Bondi wasn't cool. Some of us from the Second Amendment community from the very beginning said absolutely not. We were made to be made fun of. When we saying we shouldn't be in a fucking yet another war because this person said, I'm not going to get you in war, said the exact opposite. Now you are panicking, or you anti-American, or you're getting ridiculed for asking questions. Stop. Do not let them play to your vanity that way. I don't give a fuck about your worldview. We shouldn't be in another motherfucking war. We shouldn't be printing up another $200 billion to go to that war that you said was over 7 times. You said they wouldn't be able to withstand. You said in June, we hit all of their nuclear facilities. Stop. They are gaslighting you and feeding your fucking vanity. And if you think that Pam Bondi getting fired while she's high-fiving her boss on the way out and saying, I'm going to work for him over here too. You ain't never got fired by your boss and was giving good vibes. Stop it. Don't let your vanity nip you in the bud right now. This is political theater. The way that we solve this is being stronger as humans, creating our own networks of people that are willing to work, share information, and strengthen each other individually, and then small collectives that defends individual rights. Guys, support the work. GiveSingo.com/Solutionary if you want to get access to all of the classes. Subscribe to the channel, YouTube.com/@Maj2Ray. I want to say thank you to you all. You guys have a few more days to get access to all of the classes. We talked about it. But I would recommend that every single person tap into the Solutionary now. Grab some merch if you want to support. All of the links are in the description. I appreciate you all for tapping in. I will see you all tomorrow, same time, same channel, youtube.com/@Maj2Ray. Be safe, be solution.